And then another big area of divide was on matters of marriage and family and abortion. Maybe I shouldn't lump all those attitudes together, but I am the editor of Forbes Women when I'm not doing these interviews for Forbes TV. And something that really jumped out at me was the vast difference in people who said that marriage and family is important for society's success and those who say it's not. And that kind of fell along party lines. Can you explain what we're seeing here?
Yeah, so this was a question where we asked people whether it's better for society if people focus on getting married and having children and a family. And a majority of Trump supporters say that this does make society better. About 59% of Trump supporters, so a pretty sizable majority. Among Biden supporters, it's just 19% who say that this is better for society. So not necessarily saying that it's worse for society, just saying that there doesn't necessarily need to be the same emphasis on having marriage and a traditional family. And so that is a case where it seems like in their not just in their political attitudes, but in their more cultural attitudes, more social attitudes, there is a big gap between the two parties right now. We have a similar question that covers similar but not identical ground that asks whether it's a good thing or a bad thing for society that people today are having fewer children. And once again, on that question, we see the same kind of gap where Trump supporters say this is bad for society. Biden supporters are more mixed, say this might not be so bad, it might not be so good, but they fall somewhere in the middle.
Now, do you think people's answers to those questions help explain the wide divide on the question of the legality of abortion? Because here again, abortion was an issue where there was a nearly 50-point difference between Trump supporters and Biden supporters.
Yeah, that's a great question. Again, unfortunately, our data doesn't tell us exactly why people support a legal right to abortion or oppose a legal right to abortion. But what we can see over time is that the parties have become a lot more polarized on the question of abortion. So today, as you said, there's something approaching a 50% gap where Biden supporters, an overwhelming majority, say that abortion should be legal in some or all cases. I'm sorry, in most or all cases. Whereas among Trump supporters, fewer than half say that abortion should be legal in all or most cases. So as I said, that's become more polarized over time. The two parties have moved farther apart over the last roughly 2 decades or so.